everybody, welcome back to my channel. Well, as you can see, we are definitely in a new area. So, to be honest, I like doing my makeup in my room. I don't even like sitting down when I do my makeup. I stand up, I lean against my bed. I'm actually sitting on my bed right now. I lean against my bed and I do my makeup with a little mirror like this one. And I just lean back, relax in my room. So doing it at the kitchen wasn't my favorite thing to do, but it had the best lighting, or so I thought. So we'll see how this video comes out. If it doesn't come out that great, the quality is not as good as when I did it in the kitchen, don't worry, I'll be back there next week if that becomes an issue. But if it turns out to work out really well, we might just have a new home here in my room. Anyway, so this week we are doing another Disney inspired look, and today I decided to take my pastor's request. She put a request down in my Facebook comments when I took a picture about a month ago, and so she left two things that she would like to see, and I chose one of them for this week's look. So take a second, you saw it earlier, take another look. Who do you think inspired this week's look? Let me know in the comments down below, and I can't wait to see what your guesses were and who was closest to guessing correctly. Obviously, Pastor Micaiah, I know you probably already know just by looking at it, but if you get a chance, I'd love to see what you think, which one I chose first. Now, let's go ahead and get started on this look, and I hope you enjoy the process. Alright guys, so I already did a light layer of foundation. My eyebrows are on. Well, just some tinted brow gel, nothing crazy. And since about a month ago, I want to say, my Pastor Micaiah, if you're watching, hey, shout out to you. She requested on my Facebook page that I do either the Blue Fairy from Pinocchio or the Fairy Godmothers of Sleeping Beauty, I believe. So I decided I'd like to do Blue Fairy, because why not try something that's a little bit more monochromatic? So I went on Google and I just did a search to pick a picture to go off of, and this is the picture I chose. So you can see her hair is super blonde. She got some beautiful wings, some almost like glittery, sparkly dress, like glitters on her dress. And obviously everything's pretty blue. If you've seen, her entire dress is blue, like that kind of sky blue, which unfortunately I do not have like the perfect color to match this, but I'm gonna do my own interpretation of this. So I'm going ahead and I'm gonna start with this palette right here, the Vintage Dawn palette from Ace Beauty, and I'm going to start with this dark blue in my crease. Actually, scratch that. I'm gonna start with the sky blue right here. It's called Dew. So I'm going to take this flat kind of shader brush, I just wiped it off, and I'm going to tap into this color right here. And I'm going to take that in my inner corner. I'm going to sweep that across my entire lid. Moving on from that, I'm actually going to go in with the same brush, but I'm going to go into the OMG eyeshadow collection from Crown, and I'm going to take this kind of turquoise shimmer blue, and I'm going to pat that from the middle out, right on top of that sky blue. Very gently, you don't want it to be too pigmented. Now I'm going to go back into the color Dew from the Vintage Dawn palette, which was this one right here, and I'm going to go back and forth on that center part. Sometimes to make things easier, I'll rotate my head instead of moving my brush back and forth. I alternate, it just depends on how I'm feeling. So now what I want to do is I want to take this Living in Color palette. I'm going to take this blue right here. And I'm going to take this fluffy brush right here. I'm going to clean it off really quick because it has some excess color on it. We don't want to mix. And I'm going to take that into my crease. My intention is not to make this too dark because her dress is a very light blue, but I am using different shades of blue to try to give some kind of definition. I didn't use too much of this blue right here, so I tapped it about 2 or 3 times. I tapped off the excess, and instead of adding more and more color, I just kept blending and diffusing as much as I could of the color out to get the definition of the other color without overemphasizing the darker blue. So now I'm gonna go into this blue from the Vintage Dawn palette that we saw earlier, and I'm gonna take the same brush and I'm just gonna take it on the outer portion, just a little bit. One tap. Alright, so now I'm going to take this fluffy brush right here, this nice dome kind of flimsy brush, and I'm going to use this mirror. I'm not going to dip into any color, and I'm just going to diffuse once again to blend in that darker blue with the lighter blues in the crease. Now I'm going to try something risky. I have a white eyeliner, and I kind of want to draw wings on the outside, like the start of a wing coming out this way, like a butterfly wing almost, to try to emphasize that it's fairy. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so this is the LA Girl Endless Semi-Permanent Auto Eyeliner. This one right here. Let's see how this goes. I don't know how I feel about this. Alright, these butterfly wings are not even, but we'll manage. So now what I'd like to do is take this really thin, it's super thin brush, and I'm gonna trace that out with the color Sun from the Vintage Dawn palette, which is this bright yellow right here. I'm gonna try to trace my wings with her hair color. Not working out like I hoped, but I'm gonna make it even and then I'll be right back. Okay, it's a little bit better. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but there's some progress. So what I'm doing here is I'm using the Daybreak mixed in. I'm thinking maybe I should do that on the wings. Now that I've finished my wings and that golden part, that yellow, I'm going to dip back into this blue that we used earlier. This one right here. And Dip in once and do the outer part of my lower lash line. To finish this look off, I'm going to use this Festival palette by Pure. I'm going to take this glitter 24 karat and I'm just going to pop a little bit onto my lid, just a little bit, nothing too crazy. Alright, now we just need to do the rest of our stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and put mascara on. You guys have seen me doing that a couple of times, so I'm just going to put on my mascara and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, I did my lashes. What a difference it makes when you put on mascara. So now I'm going to do my highlight, blush, and contour, or not contour, I'm just going to bronze. But I am going to use this super beat up Sephora highlight. Its pearly shade is called Stardust. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face. For my blush, I'm going to use the Steve Laurent blush. I think it's called Rose All Day. And since her dress is blue, I figured I'd do something that's a little bit more on the cooler side. This is kind of a neutral blush, I would say. It's not too warm. It's not really warm, but it's not too cool either. Ooh, that was way too much. And since I don't want to be too bronze, I'm going to use the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. So since this is the fairy and she's pretty sparkly, fairy-like, when I think fairy dust. So I decided I was going to do a lip gloss. So I'm going to do this Vintage by Jessica Liebskind. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I'm not actually sure. This came up in a BoxyCharm once. One of my BoxyCharm boxes. It's this nice, really glittery pink. It's not too pink on the lips. It's actually much more clear with a lot of little glitter specks. And then I'm also going to use the Bodyography Heatherberry lip pencil, which is this one right here, which is like a nudie color. Alright, and that is our completed look. It's nothing crazy, nothing too special. Unfortunately, I wish I had a white liquid liner so that these wings would be a little bit more prominent and I could have added some little specks of glitter or illusions of glitter with the white liner. I only had a pencil white liner, so I did what I could. It doesn't look too bad. I still think it looks cute, but it's not exactly what I envisioned. So take a nice close look here. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you were able to get a couple laughs of me trying out some new things, because honestly I laugh at myself with the things that don't turn out the way that they should have, or I wish they should have. I really wish that I had a liquid white eyeliner, but I don't have one, so I made do with the pencil liner that I had to make that wing. But anyway, you know, you do what you work with what you got. And I'm not mad at this look. It's not exactly what I envisioned, but I think it turned out pretty cute. So, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like them, make sure you hit the subscribe button down on this side over here. And if you'd like to see more videos like this and you have some ideas for me, leave a comment down below. Make sure you hit that like button. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye!